created by we physicists. It was male, it was hierarchical, it was to dominate over the Soviet Union. Why did the Pentagon give us millions of dollars to create the internet? It wasn't so that you could email your friends. That's not why we physicists created the internet. It was created to dominate a nuclear war.
A network that literally cannot be hacked. For 17 days straight, it ran without a single breach. Not because of any advanced software or firewall, but because it's protected by the fundamental laws of physics. Using particles of light that self-destruct when observed, Deutsche Telekom has just demonstrated what experts are calling the first real-world quantum internet. This isn't a lab experiment. This is happening now, in cities, fiber networks, and even in space. Renowned physicist Michio Kaku warned us years ago. Once quantum technology matures, today's internet will become dangerously obsolete, and we won't even realize how vulnerable we are until it's too late. That moment, it just arrived. Quantum internet, from sci-fi to real life. What once sounded like science fiction is already unfolding in the real world. In Berlin, Deutsche Telekom and quantum startup Entangled completed a groundbreaking field test, distributing entangled photons across 30 kilometers of existing fiber infrastructure. For 17 consecutive days, they sustained quantum connections with 99% fidelity. No passwords, no encryption algorithms, just physics, and it's unbreakable. Berlin isn't alone. In New York City, Connex's Gotham Q network ran a 34-kilometer quantum fiber loop with 99.84% uptime, transmitting 500,000 entangled photon pairs every second. Each of these pairs is mathematically impossible to intercept or clone without immediate detection. And then there's China. They've already taken quantum communication into orbit. Their Michio satellite demonstrated global quantum key exchanges, creating secure intercontinental communication channels completely immune to traditional hacking methods. This isn't theoretical anymore. These are functioning, real-world quantum communication networks, already online, already operational, already rewriting the rules of cybersecurity. Quantum encryption. Untouchable by design. Here's the power of quantum communication. You can't intercept it, you can't duplicate it, you can't even observe it without destroying the quantum state and alerting both the sender and receiver that someone tried to spy. This forces us to ask a terrifying question. What happens to every nation, every bank, every company still using the classical internet? When quantum computers become powerful enough, whoever controls the quantum internet will be able to crack secrets once thought untouchable. Kaku's warning, a winner-takes-all race. Back in 2012, at the Andom Technology Forum, theoretical physicist Michio Kaku made a bold prediction. We would enter a quantum era by 2020. And in his 2023 book, Quantum Supremacy, he doubled down, warning that quantum computers would soon shatter every form of conventional encryption. At an AT&T keynote that year, he called it a winner-takes-all race. Whoever gets there first wins control over the future of finance, national security, and the global economy. This isn't just speculation anymore. It's playing out right now. JPMorgan Chase now transmits its most sensitive data over a high-speed quantum key distribution, QKD network. One of the largest financial institutions on Earth is already betting its security on quantum. And when trillion-dollar banks adopt new tech, you know it's no longer experimental. In the US, the Department of Energy has connected major national laboratories via quantum links under the Chicago Quantum Exchange, forming a 52-mile testbed to support secure communications between universities and research institutions. Meanwhile, China has invested over $15 billion in building its quantum backbone, 12,000 kilometers of fiber optic quantum links, and 2 quantum satellites, with a third set to launch by 2026. This isn't just a tech upgrade. This is a strategic arms race in cyberspace, a new Cold War over information dominance. Subscribe for the unseen tech revolution. If these breakthroughs shocked you, hit that subscribe button now. We bring you scientific and technological stories that mainstream media won't cover until it's too late. You're not just watching a video, you're getting ahead of the curve. A national quantum internet is already under construction. US government isn't sitting idle. The Department of Energy has unveiled a blueprint to connect all 17 national laboratories using quantum links. This will create the first national-scale quantum internet backbone on Earth. And it's not some distant future fantasy. The infrastructure is already under construction. Germany and France are moving fast too. They're no longer in the pilot phase. They're rolling out citywide quantum networks that will soon link government agencies, banks, and critical infrastructure in real time. Even more ambitious, China is doubling down on space-based quantum communications after launching the successful Michio satellite in 2016 and the more advanced Jinan-1 in 2022. A third satellite is scheduled for 2025-2026. These orbital systems will form a global quantum web, completely immune to traditional cyber attacks. This isn't the future, it's now. Classical encryption is failing, and fast. The stakes couldn't be higher. Our entire digital infrastructure, from healthcare to military defense, relies on encryption standards like RSA and ECC. But one large-scale quantum computer could break those systems wide open. Already, Chinese labs using D-Wave quantum machines have demonstrated the ability to break components of AES, one of the world's most trusted encryption systems. This is so serious that intelligence agencies have coined a term for the growing risk: store now, decrypt later. Governments are stockpiling encrypted data, knowing that when their quantum systems mature, they'll be able to unlock every secret in their archives. Quantum key distribution, the last line of defense. Fortunately, the same physics that threaten classical encryption also offer a way to replace it through quantum key distribution, or QKD. Instead of relying on mathematical difficulty, QKD uses the fragile nature of quantum particles. When two parties exchange a quantum key, any attempt to eavesdrop causes an observable disturbance. That disturbance immediately alerts both sides that the channel has been compromised. It's not unbreakable in the software sense. It's unbreakable by the laws of physics themselves. The quantum Cold War has officially begun. What we're witnessing now isn't just a tech revolution, it's a full-blown geopolitical power shift. The country or corporation that dominates the quantum internet first will control military and intelligence communications, financial system integrity, global surveillance and counter-surveillance, diplomatic and strategic advantage. China's early lead is no accident. Their strategy is deliberate. Create an unhackable national communications network while building the tools to compromise everyone else's. With their satellites, 12,000 kilometers fiber backbone, and $15 billion war chest, they are far ahead. But the US is fighting back. The National Quantum Initiative is accelerating investment. Export controls have been placed on quantum technology, and the Chicago Quantum Exchange is connecting a growing network of research universities and national labs. Meanwhile, the European Union is uniting under the Quantum Internet Alliance, launching pilots and funding research hubs in Germany, France, and the UK. Why this matters now. Whoever controls the quantum internet doesn't just win a tech race, they reshape the foundations of global power for decades to come. This isn't about prestige. This is about survival, control, and security in the digital age. Because once classical encryption fails, everything we've built, from e-commerce to elections to diplomacy, is exposed. The transition is happening faster than anyone expected. From secure banking to national security, the quantum future isn't approaching, it's here. And if you're not paying attention, you're already behind. Subscribe now to stay ahead of the revolution. Because the next time you hear about a data breach, it might be the last one that ever used classical encryption. The quantum internet age has officially begun.